Hi friends, it's Becky, and it is time to open up the April Magical Mystery Bead box from Jesse James Beads. Here's some of the places that you can find them. And I'm going to organize it into my 15 grid organizer. This is one of my favorite ways to organize and access my monthly bead subscriptions. Because if I leave it in the box, I probably won't use it. But if it's somewhere where I can see it in one of these organizers, then I definitely will use it. And it just makes it so much easier for this. And wildflowers! You know what? I just painted a whole painting with wildflowers in it for y'all yesterday. So hoorah, we got some wildflowers. It is the April 20. I'm right on theme. I'm exactly on theme. They are right in sync with me right now. So let's see what we've got on here. Okay, so there's no coupon codes that I have to edit out. So we can just look at this in the garden bead mix, tender blooms, mini bead mix, prairie flower mini bead mix, greenhouse petals, wildflower seeds, flutter on by bead strand, spread your wings component set, bouquet floral head pins. Oh, head pins. I know what a head pin is. It's like, why would you put a pin in your head? They're for jewelry making. Oh boy. Yeah. Pressed flower pendant. Oh, that sounds amazing. All right. And Songbird's charm page. They're going to have a live on the 24th with Neelay. So we're probably going to have some silver silk to go along with this. Celebrating 6 sweet years. Thanks for growing with us and making us part of your community. We look forward to many more with you. So this is their 6-year celebration. How amazing. That is so great. And they've already got some tutorials up for this. So I don't think me posting my unboxing is going to be a huge spoiler if you've seen the tutorials and what they've got in it. So let's open it up and see what's in here. Oh, we've got our songbirds. Oh, and they are matched pairs. You know what? Let's pull everything out of the box and then we can start going through it. Okay, so first of all, this butterfly bead strand is fantastic. It looks like we've got openings on both going up and down and going on the side. So you could string it either way. That would be so great. And then we've got some flowery bead caps. We'll do this in detail in a minute, but there's also some lampwork beads. Or Millefiori, that's not lampwork. Millefiori. Get it right, Becky. All right, then we've got the Prairie Flowers bead mix. This is really warm colors. And we've got some cool colors with the greenhouse petals. Just everything is flowers, guys. Everything is flowers. Wildflower seed bead mix. Okay, we'll open this in a minute. Wait, what was in here? Okay. So, wildflower seed bead set. I bet that's what this is because it looks like a seed package. Aha! It is. It's seed beads. These are going to be 11-0 seed beads. Are they all 11-0s? Probably. All right. So we've got some pinks. Some light purples, some greens and some oranges. This is a very growing things mix of seed beads in here. Oh, there's one more. Some white ones. Okay, so we've got seed beads too. That's pretty rad. Okay. Means we can do some fun things with the seed beads. Oh, I love this bead mix so far. Look at it. It's got some enameled things in there. Look at this little pendant. We'll be pulling that out to take a closer look at that in a little bit. There's the head pins. They're not for your head. They're for jewelry, but they have flowers in them. We're going to make some cool stuff. I think I'm going to actually be making some earrings with y'all while I'm doing this. But we will get it sorted first. I love this, by the way. These flower petals, that pendant is beautiful. My favorite flower is wildflowers. I don't have a specific wildflower that's my favorite, but just wildflowers in general are my favorite. Like, if you want to get me a bouquet of flowers, just go out and pick some wildflowers for me. Look at all of these lucite beads. There are so many different colors. We have so many flower, like this is the components, the in the garden ones. There are so many bits and pieces and flowery things. This is a really, really great bead box, y'all. Like, so far, so good. I'm super impressed. So we've also got these spread your wings bits. I'm gonna open this up. Oof. Let's get these guys all out here. So we've got some butterfly wings. They are not double-sided, so it would be a little more difficult to do something with maybe the seed beads and having these, but you could do, no, you could just turn them around. That would be fine, I'm sure. They're glittery. They are glittery. I think I love that. Feels like resin in there. I'm gonna stick these guys right here just to start things off with putting things into the organizer. And I'm gonna pull this guy out. This is a pendant with some actual pressed flowers in it. That's going right in there too. All right, I'll set these guys up here for now, but I'm going to open up this and pull out our bird charms. They are just enameled. We've got 2 with the orange wings and 2 with our light coral wings. So all of them have the pink breast, but 2 of them have the darker ones and 2 of them have the lighter ones. This whole color palette is just beautiful. All right, let's open up this bead strand as well. I like to open up all the bead mixes and sort them before I put them into, and the bead strands, before I put them into here, because some of the beads in here may go into the same type of container as some of the beads from here, or vice versa. I know there's some green beads here, so I'm probably going to put them in the same section as this one, for instance. And there's some orange beads here, so I may put them in with some of these beads on that side. So that's why I like to sort them first. Separate out all of our little lucite components. That's like kind of like a shell, but not quite. So we have several of these. Looks like we've got 4 of these yellow, like tulipy guys. 2 of like the sakura type of blossoms. We have a couple of these like simple cut crystals. We have 2 of these Millefiori beads with the flowers in the middle of them. We have some trumpet shaped bead caps, which you saw they were smushed right up against them, so they look really great with this kind of bead cap. We have some like daisy type bead caps. We have these cloisonné butterflies. We've got 2 that match. These would make great earrings, in fact. And then 1 that would probably be great for a focal. I'm going to put them in the same section as my birds for now. I'm going to put these ambery colored ones over here. There's 2 very tiny blue glass flowers. I'm going to set those right over there. I'm going to pull over all of these green guys and put them together. Looks like we've got 4 of these avocado colored ones, and then 3 of these Kelly greens, or 4 actually, not 3, because I'm good at counting. And then we've got some spacers, and that was on the strand. So let's open up our tender blooms. It looks like we might be taped on the sides. I'm just gonna try and open this. Maybe something like this would help. What I need is like an X-Acto knife. I just don't have one here. Hold on. It keeps them from popping open when they're in the middle of shipping, but then it also slows down the unboxings. And like, I guess I could like undo it before I start recording and then pretend to be surprised, but I'm not a very good actress. I actually had a friend who would tell me her really bad ideas because she would just watch my face while she was talking, and when there'd always be this point that she'd stop talking, look at me and be like, oh no, that's a bad idea, because she saw on my face just what a terrible idea she was having. I can't hide it, guys. All right, so it looks like we've got some faceted like table cut crystal. These are really cool because they've got this little matte side, and it looks like it's got an AB finish on this as well. So we've got some colorful stuff going on there. I'm gonna stick this over here next to these guys here because they're like white-ish, clear-ish, but I'm also gonna put these pearls in there. These are really lovely, like ivory color of pearl, kind of a buttery flavor. I love a nice buttery bead. And then we've got some opaque faceted white rondelles that also have an AB finish, so they're very sparkly. Love that. I love these. This is so cool, actually. I'm gonna, where's a head pin? Haha. Because hold on a sec, because this is so cool. Because you could just stick one of these on there. Have yourself a nice little flower. These are really cool. They feel like they are either resin or an acrylic component. So they're very lightweight, but whoop, where are you going? But they are really, really cool. I love those. And then we've got a couple of very large bicones. I'm going to stick these over here. And super light green, like sage color, minty sage. It's like a halfway between mint and sage, but they're opaque with facets. And it looks like we've also got some AB finish. So it's very sparkly and iridescent with those. And then we've got some lily components that have little hooks down here on the bottom, so you can do like a chandelier look with them. That would be really cool. And then some little dandelions. Well, they give me the impression of dandelion, but you look at them really close and they're like pressed flowers in there. These are super cool. These are super cool, honestly. I am impressed with these components. All right, so we've got pressed flowers. Y'all are going in here. That's where you're going for now. All right, and then we've got some kind of disc rondelle crystals in more of a ambery color. Oh no, I have spatters of paint all over my ladybug dish, so we're just gonna do without that for today. It'll be fine. I'll need to clean that off for the next unboxing, I think. But we're gonna stick that over here with the other amber colored guys. And then we've got some very teeny tiny faceted drops. These are really, really cute, very special. Some daisy spacers. And it looks like we've got, so that's the back of these connectors, and then this is the front. So you've got a loop here on one of the petals, and then another loop between the petals on these abstract flower connectors. I'm going to stick them, because they're connectors and not spacers, I'm going to stick them in here with the other connectors and drops there. All right, let's get into this one with the blue flowers. Oops, same thing with the tape. And I'm trying to think, as I'm doing this, which of these am I going to use for the earrings that I'm going to make today? And like, this is a really tough decision because there's so many components that would be glorious. Oh, look at this. Looks like it's like a toggle clasp. So you've got your toggle here. And then you've got a little link there. Let's make sure the toggle will fit. Yep, the toggle fits. That's great. We've got a toggle clasp. And we've got gold components, and now we've got some silver. And then these guys, these are super flowery. They are a nice, beautiful magenta-y purple color. I'm gonna stick them there. I don't know that we're gonna have a lot of other purple things unless we start pulling out these lucite flowers, in which case, yes. But we've got a little setup for some blue over here. Look at these shell beads. They have these spots sort of worn away. They're round in spots, but then it's like table cutty. I don't know if you can call table cut shell beads table cut, but it's like, it's the flat spot, sort of a facet, but not really. And these are just a really, really great deep teal, but I'm gonna stick them over here with the green beads for now. All right, now we've got some lucite flower, little mini ones. These blue guys. I just painted a field with some blue bonnets yesterday. Maybe I'll make blue bonnet earrings. Okay, that might be an idea. That might be an idea. Bum, 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 bum. All right, and then we've got some of these hexagonal faceted beads. I'm gonna stick them over here. And some like peacock sort of finish crystal rondelles. They're more disc shape than not. I'm going to stick them over here with that too. And then these very, very, very light blue fellas. Looks like they've got like a star cut. It's like a periwinkle color. And then some very, very light purple. Super light purple crystal rondelles. I'm going to stick them over here with those guys. Then we've got some flower bead caps with the large petals. These will go great with some of those lucite beads. Got another lucite bead that was hanging inside the others. And then we've got some deep tulipy bead caps. And y'all, if you're gonna get the silver silk that goes along with this, this is a fantastic bead cap to use on the ends of some pipe chain when you're using that. So save this for that when if you're going to get some of that silver silk to go with it. And it looks like we have a couple of bird charms, and they are just metal birds. They are not the enameled ones, but I'm going to put them right in here with the other birds because birds of a feather, as you know, flock together. And then we've got these smooth petal spacers. There's one that's facing up and one that's facing down. These I think also are probably wide and deep enough that they would go great as bead caps on the outsides of some pipe chain. I'm pretty sure that they would fit really well for that. I'm just looking around to see if I have any pipe chain on my desk. And it looks like I accidentally put everything away the last time I was cleaning up after myself. So I don't have some sitting around to try this on. I'd have to go and get it. But they should be having another collaboration. It's not listed yet as of today, but it might be tomorrow or Wednesday on the Silver Silk and More site for the collaboration with Jessie James Beads. And you get a lot of these guys. I bet they would go great with the pipe chain. We'll try it out when we get to there. And then you've got some of these other bead caps that are a little more filigree-y and some daisy spacers. So I'm going to put these bead caps and spacers all together there. And let's sort this guy out. It is the Prairie Flowers one. And Ellen, I'm telling you. Ooh. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. This is going to fit onto some pipe chain. These wide hole beads like this. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so we've got some brown beads. I love ceramic beads. We've got some flat ceramic beads in this bead mix. Like that. I'm going to put that over here with the brown ones. We've got yellow and orange beads, so they're going to get so pink. And then these orange beads. I think these are acrylic. I'm pretty sure they're acrylic. Or resin. They might be resin. Let's stick them over here. Orange and yellow are going to go together for the purposes of sorting. We've got some very sunflower yellow beads right here. They are not mustard yellow. They are sunflower yellow. They have a really golden tint to them. They are very warm. Very warm yellow. All right, and then we've got some tiny orange lucite beads. You are not dying, sweetheart. There are so many of these. Look at them. Look at that, y'all. There are so many flowers. So many flowers. And then we've got one of these, I think. One. I'm going to stick that over here with the brown beads. We've got two of the duochrome, two color. No, two of those. Yes, two of those. On this size, there's one that's clear, two that are clear, two that are not. I'm going to put them over here with the amber beads. And then this is also two color, but they are much bigger fast beads. Again, right here with those guys. And then we've got these little green cube beads, and they're mostly green. They have a little bit, it looks like, of like a coppery finish on one side of them. I'm going to stick them here with my green beads. And then we have these metal beads with the flowers on them. I'm going to stick them over here with the spacers, the gold spacers. We have some small flower spacers like this. Then we've got some antique copper color filigree bead caps, some flower bead caps like that. I have flowers on the outside. Again, antique copper. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 flower charms. I'm going to stick them right here with these other flowers. Like we've got the wildlife, and then we've got the flowers. All right, and then we've got these star daisy spacers. Again, antique copper. I'm going to stick those guys there with the pink. And a couple of these. What are we going to do with those? They're like bead caps, but super ornate. I will figure out something to do with them, but I'm going to put them over here with the other bead caps and spacers in the gold color. All right, so that's mostly sorted. I may not be able to fit some of these lucite flowers into my box here. Let's get these guys that I've got sorted, let's get them in some spots so that they are, number one, out of the way, and number two, organized and have a home somewhere where they can live and enjoy their neighbors. All right. Do these green guys right here. Getting them sorted. And then my orange and yellow ones. They'll just be right here next to the amber guys. Right, and then the blue guys can go there. There's so much color. I love colors. All right. See, and that's why I like to sort it before I start putting them in, so that they can be together with some of the other guys that are similar to them. All right, I'm gonna wait just a minute to put some of these other things in here because I think I might be able to get my head pins in here. By straightening them out. Ooh, there's a variety of head pins. We have some of them that have, they have different bits. Well, no, let's pull them out later when I'm ready to do my earrings. This way I can put them in here. And these are going to be a little more difficult because the the Ziplocs that they're in are so bulky, so they're not going to fold up nicely. So what I might do is find some empty Ziplocs that are smaller and easier to fold up and transfer them into that and put them in here. But I will do that later, not while we're on video. Because I think that these will fit nicely in here in a different Ziploc, because that's just, it's sturdy, it's great, but it doesn't fit nicely into this. So all right, are you ready? Flowers and leaves. Look at that. Okay, so we've got all of these leaf beads too. Look at these. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna grab a couple of these leaves out. Maybe some of these. Oof. All right, I'm having ideas. Boy, all these leaves need to go together up here. The leaves are going together. They're gonna all go up here. These flower beads with the pink ones, they will fit in really well with these fellas. We have these gorgeous, look at this. These trumpety flowers. And we've got these blue ones. These are not going to fit in here at all. Not at all. So I'm going to have to keep them out separately. It's entirely possible that I'll have to keep these ones out too. Then, hold on, let me see what I've got with this. Aha. Well. The leaf would need to drop a little bit further. I'm just having ideas for an earring, and I will figure it out in depth a little bit later. Right now, let's get these guys sorted, and then I can get around to that. So we've got tassels. We have flower tassels. There are so many flower tassels. This one has a little loop in here, so you could actually hang things from that. Does this one have a loop on the inside? It does not. That's okay. That's okay. All right, so I've got those guys. I'm keeping them out. And then you've got these very beautiful guys there. All right, tassels are gonna go there and there. Whew. There's almost too much to fit in here, guys. All right, and some of our lucite beads are gonna be too big to fit in some of these things. We're going to need to stack some of these together so that they'll fit. All right. These are going in with those. All right, I am going to, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to go through my things, but there we go. So if you just wanted to watch the unboxing, you're done. Yay. If you want to stick around for some earring making, I will be right back for that. All right, yeah, let's make these earrings. I have that purple flower and this kind of a largish bead cap. I went ahead and stacked them up. I grabbed 2 of these large leaf beads, and I'm going to use both of them for each of the earrings. And then I have this head pin that has these, just the flower. What is this part of the flower? Pestle? Stamen? It's something. It's got the little thingies from the middle of the flower coming up. And what I did is I put it through first the purple flower and then the metal flower on the outside. And then I bent the head pin up like this, basically. But it's not going to stay like that until I add a couple of other things to it. But I also pulled the metal leaves forward. I put my thumb on here and pulled them forward so that this would fit better inside of here. So I did that. And now I've got some 22 gauge craft wire. It's in gold color. And I am going to make a little loop on either end of this wire. And let me see how big around I want my loop to be. Actually, why don't I just do it this way? I'm just gonna put it through the hole, then both ends up. And bend it back and down like that. And then bend this one over towards it. Let me move this out of the way. I did move these into smaller baggies, by the way. I just don't want that to be too distracting for the camera right now. So see how I've got it bent around like that? I'm just going to bend this way with my pliers, like that. And then just once around. It doesn't need to be a big long loop. This is not a very heavy leaf bead. I just want to have a little loop like that so that it can swing a little bit freely. And then I'm going to just cut that excess wire off and tuck that in. There we go. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, where, see, I want these to be facing the same way. So I'm going to go in the front. That's coming up the back. See, I'm just bending them that way. And on the front part, if I grip just above it and then bend that part back, gives me that slope. Then I can bend that one that direction. Let's see, do I have leverage for this? Aha! The other one was a little too short for me to leverage with my finger. I had to use the pliers for that. This one's a little bit longer, so I can do it with my fingers. Cut off that end. I just want that loop. Okay, so now that I've got these on both ends, I'm going to find the middle of that wire, and then just to the right of it, because I don't want these to be the same length. I'm going to go in with my round nose pliers and bend these. See, they're different lengths now. I'm going to bend these like that across each other, and then just one twist. That's all I need. Okay, so I've got my bent headpin. No, that's not the bent one. This is my bent headpin. So I'm going to slide this along the back there. I think I need shorter wire. Yep, I need shorter wire. So let's do this again with these leaves. I'll redo this for my second set of earrings because I want one like almost right behind it and then the other one just a little bit lower. And I think I also want to put some of these green seed beads on that wire before I bend it. Okay, so a little bit shorter. Let's get this figured out. So I'm going to go in here with plenty of room. For wrapping that around once. Okay. And then where's that bend going to be? About there. Okay. I'm just going to make a little squeeze on the wire. That's just to tell me where I'm going to bend. I'm going to bend up above that, not where I squoze it, because otherwise I've just made this part of the wire really brittle. I'm going to actually stack some seed beads on there to just past that. All right. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9, 10. Just a couple more. 1, 2. Okay, yeah. So now when I bend it above where those seed beads are, it won't be bending it where I pressed that. But I need to get the other end attached. Ooh, no, because I can attach the other end after bending this. Okay. That's the smart thing to do. You know what? I don't think I need to twist it. I'm going to be real honest. I don't think I need to do the twist. I can probably just leave that bend right where it's at. And then just checking where this is going to fall. Okay, so maybe the next one will be just a little bit shorter. Okay. Okay, so how about if I stack on 7 seed beads instead of 10? Five, 6, 7. Like that. I'm gonna just curve it a little bit. And I'm going to put this right there. just right there. Let's get that bend in here. Move those seed beads out of the way. Trying to make sure you guys can still see what I'm doing. Alright, and I'm just going to give this one a little bit of a bend too. Go, one of them's longer than the other. A little bit. Alright. So now I can put this onto that. And I'm going to stack a few seed beads onto here. I think 5 or 6 will probably do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what this is going to do is when I drop these seed beads down here, it's going to help hold this shape forward and not let it tip as much. Now right here, I'm going to get ready to do a wrapped loop at the top of this. So I'm pinching it right above where the seed beads are. Actually, let me do 2 more seed beads. Yeah, that's gonna work. Or maybe just 1 more seed bead. There we go. So that's 6 of them. And I'm going to hold on to that right there. It's going to be a little dangly, and that's totally fine. Bend over the top of that. Get my pliers out. And like either pliers would work. The round nose pliers or these. Both will work just fine, I'm sure. This, oof. Right, that wire is a little bit on the tough side, so I'm going to need some pliers to wrap that. Where are my... There they are. And this flower is going to get a little bit in the way, so I'm trying to get these. Going in a direction I do not want you to go. There we go. Hold it with one set of pliers and wrap it with the other. Could probably have just done a simple loop at the top of this. That would have been just fine. But I want these seed beads to stay where they are. So the wraps are going to help them to do that. If I can keep them going. All right, there we go. It's facing the back. So the leaves are going to swing, and I think that's fun, actually. That's super fun. Swingy leaves. There we go. Now let's get an ear wire in here. And now I've got beautiful blue flower earring made with the brand new wildflowers. Jesse James Beads. magical mystery bead box. I'm just going to move some of these guys out of the way so you can see all of these beads all together. I'm going to make that second earring separately, but I think it definitely looks like wildflowers. Well, maybe not wildflowers, but definitely flowers. This is really fun. I hope y'all enjoy this. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of silver silk Nile comes up with to go with these. It's going to probably be some really pretty colors. And this is going to be fun to make some things with. I knew I'd make some earrings. I just wasn't sure what kind of earrings I'd make. And I will talk with you later. Happy beading!